I'm back. Street Knowledge Podcast. You know I'm gonna give it to you with that real knowledge, street level, uh, civilian level, whatever you want to call it, man. I gotta give it to you raw, man. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in here posting this joint
So my man's
about my brother. Dame Dash new album out. Make sure y'all go and cop that, stream it wherever you go. Go to Dusko Poppington on his page. Figure out what platforms it's on. The freeway. You know, my bro still making noise. It is what it is. We ain't listening to none of the fake tabloid stories. It don't look like whatever they are talking about. It don't look like he's worried about nothing, smiling in his own backyard with the pool and all the above. So yeah, but we're waiting for a few people to come in. I had to post them on my Instagram. Make sure y'all go check me out. The Real Big Bootsie, BOOTSIE. Hit that Cash App up there, bringing y'all this good insight, so you can look at things from another perspective and not the way everybody else is talking about it. Money sign, The Real Big Bootsie, BOOTSIE is how you spell mines. But yeah, wait for a few people to come in, chime in on what we doing, because that's what's going on as we speak. Where my knowledgeable people at? If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit that notification button. Sonny Blanco, salute. What's good, boy? It's talk time, man. It's talk time. They wilding out here in these main streets, man. Everything coming to the light on a lot of people, man. Well, let's say allegedly, but other than that, yeah. That's what it's sounding like, boy.
So my man's album came out today. Y'all better say something nice. Come on, baby. Tell him.
It's my bro Dusko Poppington. The new album came out. I gotta show you all this
So my
before we
man's
get into
album
it.
came out today. Y'all better say something nice. Come on, baby. Tell him. Tell him about your album.
So, I'm usually a businessman, but I wanted to be an artist, and I wanted to pay homage to real rock and roll. So I got with Freeway and Tash and Ali and Nicky, and we did a rock record called 365. This is the vinyl, and this is the back, so I think it's pretty rock and roll. And here's the inside. And the album's out today, and I'm really proud of it, and there's going to be good shows, and also the music will be in our content. So go check it out. Black Guns 365 with Freeway. Call me Billy Pablo III instead of Dame Dash, and just respect my artistry. Thank you. So better say something nice.
Yeah, I had to let y'all see that real quick, man, with my bro. Niru Sumisu said, was you had paid it for? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. My boy, Sonny Blanco, answered that for you. Appreciate you, Sonny. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Can't wait for Paid in 2 to come. It's not going to be a movie. It's going to be a series. We got things to do. Got a new movie on the way. It's going to be on Tubi. It's called Wrong Number. I'm doing the soundtrack. I got Jim Jones, Davies, um, Votto, Troy, Pastor Troy up there. Atlanta's finest, my little bro, Nino Cahoots from Brick Squad. Um, Rich Homie Quan, God bless him. RP joint up there with my female artist. BWA song never heard before from Rich Homie. We bringing it back, keeping his name alive out here. The soundtrack gonna be crazy. So yes, it's a lot to talk about right now, man. It's a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. I'm trying to figure out where to start because it's real crazy. Salute, Nehru. Salute to you as well. Appreciate you. So I wanted to start off by saying, I watched Hasson Campbell's joint, and he spoke a lot of facts on that joint. Like, I mean, y'all, a lot of y'all know that watch me know I don't agree with a lot of stuff that Hassan Campbell says, which a lot of people don't either. And we know he don't care because he speaks his mind. But when a brother speaks something that's factual, I love to give them their props because that's the type of guy I am. And I don't go up here to argue and beef with people or nothing. When I talk, I talk to pull a coat on a few things of what they said, not to try to disrespect them. I never ever did that. We'll never ever try to disrespect Hassan Campbell, Harlem Legends, or people that I just think says certain things and say it out of context. But um, I got to give Hassan his props on some of the things that he said and his take on the TA and Fat Joe situation, man. And it was kind of heartfelt. I'm just sitting there like, damn, man, damn. This he's saying some real talk, like kind of like put myself in the shoes if somebody would have done me like that if these allegations is true. And I always told people, and I said it on the other episode I did, when you don't feed your goons, your wolves, and even if they're not goons or wolves, just the person that's next to you, if you ain't making sure that they all right, it's gonna come a point in time when they're gonna bark back. When what they say, when the mouse in the corner, they gonna come out fighting and scratching, or a cat is in the corner, or the cat got the mouse in the corner, however it may go. And if you look at them like they little dudes, you look like they beneath you, and you treat them that way, but they are some of the most loyal people. It's kind of like Color Purple when Whoopi Goldberg was being treated bad, but she was loyal to the man. And I'm saying this to say because I've seen this before. When people treat a person a certain way, and then only thing they can think about is lashing out and hurting you in your pockets, or sneaking you and hurting you physically, and you wouldn't know it was them that set it up and made it happen. And right now, it's being done because Joe getting ready to have to come out them pockets where all of this is said and done. Lawyer fees, all of the above. And like everybody is saying, Joe did the first lawsuit on him first. So that nobody can say, oh, now all of a sudden you want to put a lawsuit out and sue him after all this time and all these years. Joe put it on him with the cease and desist because he was on podcast talking about him, about Joe. And rumor is that he was saying that Joe put, in his, I guess, in his taxes or whatever to the IRS that he was paying $3,000 per show with the hype man, which was TA, and TA saying he was only getting $300. And if you're getting thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars and somebody is cool with you and rolling with you and holding you down, you're always supposed to make sure that that person is good. You always supposed to make sure that that person right there, you got they back just in case if something happens to you. That they gonna be the ones that is there, and you know they gonna be there for you, man. You can't shun nobody that have your back. Now you can if you want to, but I wouldn't advise it. But if you are a person with a good heart, you ain't gonna want you want this person to look good just like you. My right hand man, I always made sure my brother B Pipe, my brother, they used to call him Lil Head, but they call him Richie Rich. These was guys that was with me every day, and I made sure if I got $100, they gonna get 35 out of that 100, even if it's $25 out of that 100. So if I got 100,000, they gonna get 25,000. That's just how it goes. Cause I want them shining. I don't want to have to be the one buying all the liquor, and when we at the clubs, I don't want to have to be the one. I'm shopping. I might buy you a pair of sneakers. I'm coming out with a bunch of bags, and you just got one pair of shoes. That's not cool, bro. Travis, what's good, boy? He said we do that easy coming from Harlem, but Joe ain't from Harlem. It's that simple. That's straight up greed. Harlem dudes is naturally like that. And I told that to somebody when we was growing up, everybody was getting money. Even the guy that was looking out for the police was getting at least $1,000 a week, if not 200 a day. Even if it was 100 a day, that's 700 a week, 2,800 a month. You could pay some rent. Back in the day, housing apartments was 500, 600, and you had money to go get you a nice little car and all that. I'm just saying. And these are some of the things I saw him was saying. He was like, yo, and I don't know TA circumstances. Hasson done dealt with him before. He said, man, the man was with you 16 years and he don't have a car? Not even the basic Benz? Let's even say the basic BMW. Let's say the basic nice Honda Accord. That's crazy. And you claiming to be worth 400 million and millions, and the guy that's with you 16 years don't have nothing, don't have a crib, nothing. I want to say I don't believe that. I want to say I don't believe that Fat Joe, that guy, that he was his right hand. All these pictures I see that man in with Joe on stage, everything, don't have a car, bro. And a lot of people want to say, well, why Fat Joe why he in Fat Joe pockets? Why would why he gotta Fat Joe gotta give him stuff? Because, man, that's just how it goes. You make sure your man is all right. Now that means when Joe was making these big thousands of dollars, he just gave the man a little bit of money here and there. Is what that sounds like. Trav said even the store runner sending me to the store. Travis saying they sent him to the store with a $50 bill to get them a soda and pipe. Pardon me, y'all. So to tell us keep the change. That's Harlem. That's a fact. Sonny said if Boy did puns peoples like that, I put nothing past Boy. TA made hits for Boy. Simple pay him. That's a fact. And then he made hits for you and you still don't pay him. He worked for his and you still didn't pay him. This is crazy. This is like bonkers to me. But I know people out here that's like that. I know people out here that's like that, man. Didn't make sure they people was all right and they bit them in the butt. Rather they sent somebody to run up in their cribs, pop them. Yo, boy, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. So the man made these hits. He still don't got no money, which I don't know. Well, that means he didn't get his name with credits on the album, because once you sign with BMI and all that, they should have took care of all of that stuff. Getting his royalties and, all of the above. So that tells you that right there tells you alone some kind of way Joe had to have a threshold on the TA guy's expenses. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, TA was out of line. You had Zip with the Drip saying he read off everything that TA said that Joe was doing with these young girls and all that, and basically he was around it and all that himself. So at this time, TA was probably the same age as those girls. And we got to think like this. When you're a young boy and you around a superstar, and a young girl also, you around a superstar, you kind of easy to be manipulated at that point in time. And that's what TA is saying too, if people ain't paying attention. He's saying that Fat Joe had him basically brainwashed, being around him, doing these things. Another thing we got to think about, back then, nobody wasn't thinking about no young girl with older men. The average young girl, 15, was 20 years old mentally in New York City, man. And bodies was like 20-year-olds too. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And even if their bodies wasn't shaped like a 20-year-old, their minds was. And a lot of guys was dealing with young girls back then. It wasn't frowned upon back then. Nobody even thought about none of that the way it is now. Those is the old what to say, morals. My bro Unique said people is worrying about the old morals with the new age principle, or the new principle, old principle, new age morals. However it may go, what is being frowned upon now out here in the world today is being really on lock. What you should, because I don't agree to nobody with a 15. I couldn't see myself with a 15-year-old. Really, she couldn't do nothing for me. Now, she was 15 and told me she was 20 and she looked 20 and shaped like a 20-year-old and have a conversation like a 20-year-old, then a lot of us, will include myself, would have got out here. Because a lot of girls had fake IDs back in the days up in these clubs. A lot of them, a lot of young boys up in the clubs that was 21-year-old clubs, was in them clubs back in the days. Let's keep it 1,000. A few of them still doing that now, up to date. So it's real spooky and dangerous out here. But nobody, so now what's going on up to date, they looking at it from back then. Exactly, running the 42nd Street, Sonny Blanco said, getting them fake IDs. Everybody was getting them, and they was valid in New York. You didn't have to have the back with the barcodes and all that stuff on it. A lot of that barcode stuff got put on these IDs now because of those 40 Deuce and 42nd Street IDs. They was getting away with stuff, using credit cards with them and all of that. Credit card scams and everything. So, what was going on back then, people making it look like the morals that are locked in today. So Fat Joe and all of them wasn't the only ones dealing with just young women, man. At all. But they don't blame the Hugh Hefners when they had it right in people's faces. He's like an icon, a big mogul, for being basically a pimp, really. You got to be 18 to move into the mansion, but you can come hang out at the pool parties when they was 15 and all that. Nobody said nothing. They ain't pull his plaques off the wall if he got some anywhere. None of that's happening. But they're going to go back and try, lock people up now for stuff that was back then that really they don't have no proof of. But, they got TA speaking about it fluently of what happened, and what's going to happen is they're going to go to this young girl parents. The big dogs is going to review this case, and they're going to go back to the girl parents' house and talk to them why y'all didn't report it when y'all got mad, especially about the new thing now with the Cool and Dre, when Dre was saying they got Dre saying Fat Joe, when they TA said when they came to the studio, Fat Joe, he was telling Fat Joe, yo, the parents, they found out about me and their daughter, man. They used to drop the daughter off to the studio with the Dre dude, and he eventually started having intercourse with her instead of just doing music with her. And the parents found out about it, and he got spooked, and he said he was going crazy with Joe, and Joe said, hold up, just chill, let me handle it. And Joe called them up, I guess called the family up. He basically was acting like he was going to send the goons over there, or they saying he must have sent some money, and it got quiet. Now, they're going to go back and ask that family that, and if they took money after they didn't agree with their child being what they call the statutory R, they probably even gonna get in trouble their damn self. I don't know how that works, and that's another thing. A lot of these parents letting their kids go and drop them off. Hey, my daughter would have never ever been nowhere by herself at that age if she wanted to do music and a man was involved. I'm sitting in there till it's done, period. And we in and out. I'm not just leaving my daughter like you taking her to the daycare center with these grown men. Who does that? It doesn't even make sense to me logically. It don't make sense logically, man, that these parents be doing this stuff and then just the person that they left them with be the only one get in trouble. They need to have some accountability done with them as well. That's definitely with the R. Kelly situation with them girls and their parents, and it's out in the open that they did that, what they did for the money. But they just locking up our black brothers that's popular. That's not good. But if they did something wrong, then yeah, cool. And then, they brainwashed the public with the R. Kelly had them hostage in the house, and somebody said that to me earlier. Oh yeah, well, it was when they had R. Kelly had the girls hostage. I said they didn't have them hostage. The girls already said it, and they were standing there at the door talking to the girl. If she was a hostage, she would have ran out with them with the cameras. But they blind us with the foolery, and we keep seeing it over and over on different channels about it, and we start believing it. One thing about radio and TV, it trains your brain when you see it all the time. If you know commercials, I remember the Roto-Rooter commercials, Roto-Rooter down the drain. They played them so much, you know the song by heart. A lot of y'all knowledgeable people know what I'm talking about. And y'all can hear a record that you like, man, that record, I ain't feeling that. But you keep hearing it on the radio and hearing it on the radio, all of a sudden you know that you like it. It's called train the brain. So they train the brain for us to look at our big celebrities another way with that type of information, but we really should dissect it for what it really is. And don't just go look at things one way, and then we get blinded by the truth. And then they don't bring all the right paperwork, the court documents in the courtroom, and then later on, a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 person that did a bid, and they was innocent all along. That's crazy, and it's foul. They still got time out of us, and they still say, yeah, well, we got that injured, that Igor locked up. Anyway, we got a little bit of time out of him. We're going to get us another one to put in there. That's what they doing to us. And we be laughing and joking like it's a game. All the way with the Diddy stuff. Yeah, I don't agree to him beating on no woman, But I don't agree to them giving him no RICO charge, and he didn't. They ain't showing nothing about RICO, and they trying to make it and twist it into whatever they coming up with RICO now, with the credit cards that he spent with Bad Boy to fly in escorts to do the freak offs. He didn't get paid. RICO's is something when you are gaining money and gaining financial gain for you and your crew to be bigger and get more money and do things of that nature. He flew that in for fun for him. I'm sure he flew other people in that wasn't called escorts. They was just people that flew in. They had some fun and they had sex and all type of stuff. Why they ain't in the charges? You gonna utilize flew escorts and that? What does that mean? You know how many people fly women in all the time to hang out because they met online or they met somewhere and then they go and depart and then they get cool calling over the phones and say, yeah, come see me. All right, I'm gonna pay for it. It's called being a gentleman. When you pay for a woman, if you take her out to eat, is that sexual? Is that a crime too? But because you flew her somewhere, then you take her out to dinner. Why well, yeah, he took her to dinner. Why it gotta be because it's X involved? That it's a crime because she wanted to do it herself also. Ain't being a gentleman and fly him over there. It's crazy and it's dangerous right now with all this stuff going on. Now, ladies, y'all can't get flown out nowhere no more now. And even if you want to get flown out, and you know in your mind, when I get over there, I'm going to give him all of this good. A woman know when she going to get it to you. Trust me, bros. Y'all ladies know what I'm talking about. Period. And if she thought she wasn't, when she get around you and have a good time with you, her mind saying, dang, I'm going to have fun with him. I like his swag. I don't know. When we get back to the crib, I don't know. Or back to the hotel, I don't know. I gotta give make him want to stay around. Get him, you know what I'm saying? That's how it goes, man. So flying some people out because of that, that's still not no. You use that to create a RICO, like it's crazy. But the loyalty thing, when you got your mans, man, you want me and my boys gonna argue over who gonna pay for the food this time because you paid for it the last time. That's how it go. That's how I want to be with my team. Sonny Blanco said programming. That's a fact. I had my team when I was out there in the mean streets. I made sure everybody was all right. If somebody get in trouble, get locked up for something, they ain't sticking around in no jail. I'm going to go get them and bail them out ASAP. There's nothing to play with. Never, ever. Nobody ever could say that about me. And that's what I was saying about with Fat Joe. There's got to be 5 other people. It's 5 people that's saying bad stuff about him. Cuban Links TA, the Roach guy, Big Pun's wife, the Charlie Rock dude that passed away, Charlie C. Now, it got to be over 5 people. Lions, what up? It got to be 5 other people that be like, man, Joe, a good dude, man. Joe always look out for people. It got to be. But we haven't seen none of that yet. My boys go to jail. They getting out. It's been a time of now you got to know also street stuff. Like one of my homies, a quick example, he got locked up, right? So his bail, they gave him a high-ass bail. I'm like, damn, bro, I want to touch it, but we know they're going to drop it, so you might have to just sit 2 days. Sit 2 days, Send a lawyer in there, get the bail reduced, and when they do that, then them come snatch you. You know what my boy say? Say, yeah, you're right. I'll sit 2 days. So don't worry about it. I'm gonna send you a couple of dollars on your books. If you do get commissary by the time we get you out of here, grab you something. If you do get it, give it away when you leave. And that's it. You got a teamwork when you in this street stuff and you getting behind and when things are under extreme measures. Everybody eat. Everybody had a room in my crib. And to the point where I went and got my own crib, and the crib right there is for the team. Everybody driving in a car. I used to stay in the house all the time. My team driving in the cars and all that, doing what they want to do. I ain't care about being out there. When we go out, we go out. Nobody's going to be hungry. That's why me and my friends are still friends to this day, 30-something years later. And the ones that's with me now, I met them later on down the road. I ain't even get back to my childhood friends that's still here to this day, because that's how we was living. Like Travis said, that's how we was moving in Harlem. We all gonna stick together. Ain't no, now we always had our disputes and somebody ain't see eye to eye on stuff and we fall out, but we get back cool. We figure it out like men. That's it. Lion said he could have saved face if he gave Pun son Chris Rivers a feature or a shout out just for GP, and that too. Let his son earn some money and would have been helping the family make some money through Pun's son. Also, put it out, push the record, everything. It was plenty of ways to help the family. You just now Pun gone and you don't look out. Allegedly, I'm just saying what I'm hearing. I ain't saying that is true. I'm just playing devil advocate. But it's wild that these allegations is out there like that. And you are a figure that's looked at as somebody that's highly respected in the rap game. You are a legend. You made a lot of hits. And then they saying TA wrote the hits, which it's a business. So what? Somebody write for somebody. It is what it is. But man, you definitely got to make sure you accommodate that person, man. B.I. says some people is spoiled, no endurance, and no patience. Well, I don't know what that means. Who don't have the patience and is spoiled? Because according to the allegations, TA been around 16 years. He was getting 300 a show when Joe probably cost 15 to 20 grand a show, depending on what arena it's in or where it's at. And 16 years and like no kind of money put to the side. Now, Joe ain't came out his mouth and say, man, when was the time of you? I was giving you 5,000, we was over here. 3,000, we was over there. And you spent all your money on doing this and your money on doing that. When 50 had his problem with not Lloyd Banks, the other guy from Tennessee, he was telling him how he spent all his money up. That Fifth was saying, I gave you this, you had this, and you spent it up. B-Dot said, as far as a person getting bailed out ASAP. Oh, facts, I got you. Yeah, Young Buck. He was telling how Young Buck spent all his money up and went crazy and all that. And said, basically, don't assassinate my name, my character like that. Fat Joe ain't came back and said nothing yet, man. And it's sad, man. Like I said, Hasson Cambell was spitting some real talk on that joint. I was feeling that, like, wow, yo, he deep. That's the Hasson Cambell when I first started watching him that I was like, I used to be like, man, homie spit some real talk, man. And I always stayed watching him. So I ain't afraid to say and admit when I like a person or when a person is right. When I don't agree with stuff they say, I got to. He spit some real stuff. Y'all need to go over there and check his channel out. Homie spit some real talk about this one. And I feel this way because I'm big on loyalty, man. I don't care. And another thing about me, I do stuff for a person for free sometime if it's gonna help them. Because when they get right, I'm sure they'll come back for me. If not, it don't matter. I'll get my blessing from God anyway. I ain't pressed. It is what it is. I do a lot of stuff for my brother Unique, man. And I don't worry about nothing. I know if I call him, I'm going to get it. It'll be no problem. My brother Dame Dash, he needs something, I'm going to do it. He asked me to help push his video. He got the new video out. Y'all go on my channel, check it out. I posted it, and I sent it to some DJs. I sent it to a record pool on top of that. That's just what I do. And I don't need nothing. Because when I call them, they're going to make something happen for me. And not only that, they already done things for me. So I got to keep that loyalty in the loop. This is what I'm talking about right now, my people out there. Speaking about loyalty, I got to keep that loyalty in the loop. I don't care if we don't see eye to eye on certain stuff. Unique called me the other day, flipping, yo, because of the soundtrack that I'm about to put out. And one of his songs is up there, his AOI song. And, you know, it was a little incident going on. He was like, nah, man, he posted this. And I'm like, nah, but this is how it this and this. And he's like, nah. And he was upset, but he wasn't upset to the point where me and his friendship gonna ever go overboard. No, we corrected that. All right, matter of fact, you're right. Even if I still felt I was right, you're right, because it's still his song, and just respect it. Don't let ego get involved when it's coming to friends. And we back on the phone laughing later on that evening. We weren't even talking about that situation no more. Then the next day we talked about it because we had to make an example of something which about friendship. I'm never leaving my boys for dead. Nowhere. I'm never having my boys riding and hanging with me and I'm riding nice and they not. Now, if they ride with me, they always passenger seat. If I'm tired, I let them hold the car. Take it. If we somewhere and I got more money than them, hold your bread. I got this. I'm going to pay for the food. I'll get the drinks and all that. Save your money so you can make another move doing something. That's what we do. Encourage each other. Fat Joe did, B. Dot said, Fat Joe did Spanish Charlie Rock. That was his name, Charlie Rock. Yeah, that's a fact. That's Charlie Rock. That's what I'm saying. He was one of the guys also that was saying that Joe did dirt. Like, it's like, damn, bro. Bad as I want to believe, Joe ain't do all these people like that. They saying it. Tommy Lyons, Tommy Trostin Lyons said, "What you think Jada thinking right now? Show over, fall back." I was just about to get into that. And B. Dot said, "A lot of the rat hunter dudes stopped messing with Pete and Joe because of fake loyalty." Wow. So you're saying the car dude KAR dudes fell back? Wow. And yeah, I was thinking, what is I know Jada like, oh my God, we just started and getting it popping. Soon as something get popping, now here this come. It never fails. People gotta understand when you start getting money and you out here in this internet, you better make sure all your slate is clean, especially if you bragging about stuff you got. They can't wait to find out some dirt on you. It's coming. Carleaf Arnold said Cap Joe needed Jada to try to get back in good graces, I guess, with the urban crowd. I'm pretty sure they probably had that podcast already lined up also anyway before he was being shunned about talking something bad about the FAB, about black people, man. But I was wondering what Jada thinking right now, and I know he like, God damn, man, we had a good thing rolling, and now the sponsors might pull away from the show and everything. But this is my take on that. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Jada Kiss' name is golden out here. One good boy. He's a great dude, man. I must do say, official dude, and see he's built on loyalty, and see what God don't like. If Joe is not built on loyalty, Jada is. God removed that situation. Y'all ever heard of if something if you keep a person around you with that bad negative energy that don't have the right things in their mental and they got a hidden agenda, God won't bless you with the blessings that you're supposed to get because you will bless that person that don't deserve it. I ain't saying that that's the case with that Joe is a person like that. I'm just saying. Lone Star said, "What's the status in New York? Are they giving Joe a pass, or is he cooked?" I don't know. It's a few people speaking out saying Joe, this TA dude, he was down with it. Uh, he TA dude lying to get some money. He want to sue now to get money, but they failing to realize Joe did the lawsuit first. So that kicks that out the window. Now you asking for a person to come back at you when you do something to them. You asking a person to come at you when you don't do nothing for them, when they be around you every day, all day for 16 years, man. That's deep right there. So what I was saying with the show, Jada, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Jada Kiss could still rock the show. Everybody was kept saying, man, I think he should have did it with Styles P. Anyway, that can go on just like that. Or Sheik Luch. And or somebody that just have great character, that is well respected in the rap game, that know how to speak articulately, and that show will still go on without Fat Joe. But the question is Fat Joe gonna stand down? Or the sponsors gonna ask him to stand down, or they gonna leave? Jadakiss loyalty with D from Rough Riders is solid. That's a fact. D is a good dude. Great things have always heard about him. We've been seeing each other in passing. A great dude. And Jadakiss is a great dude, man. I done seen him in action as far as showing loyalty. And I was at a show, met him, and he showed me mad love. Yeah, the Cash App is at money sign the real big bootsie, BOOTSIE. Make sure you send that bread. Being that you want to talk slick. Let me see how much money you got. Send some bread. I'm waiting for the cat. When the Cash App go off, I'm gonna let you know. Somebody said they signed a contract. They gotta pull the plug on the show. They gotta keep what it is. Well, contracts are made to be negotiated, man. Contracts are made to be negotiated, so that ain't true. They can flip the show around. You see, they took Wendy Williams' show and added Sherry Shepherd. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's not hard. Nothing hard. So yeah, I see the show being done with somebody else. I'm wondering, can Jada even hold it down himself? But we waiting to see if the show gonna still go on. Have anybody seen a new one drop since all these allegations with Joe been up? I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything. You ain't sent a cash app yet, homie. You just talking, man. You a little troll. I ain't even erased you yet, but I'm gonna let you sit there. I ain't see the cash app go off. The last one was with Jimmy. That was the other day, right? With all the backlash Jimmy got with the Nas situation. Finesse said no new one since Jimmy. Finesse said no new one, so I'm saying since Jimmy. So something is in the making, man. Something is in the making. Finesse Analyzer said, I think Joe might be suicidal right now. Gotta pray for him. Why you think that? And also TA said some young girl that Joe had was flying in and got her body done and all that stuff, and Joe was thinking about leaving his wife. He might have done ruffled some feathers in the Joe household too, bro. It's one thing, man. You don't let a woman get mad at you, and she got dirt on you, and you don't let nobody that's close to you get mad at you, and you don't show them no disloyalty. And I ain't talking about as far as Joe's wife is concerned. I'm just saying with women in general. Because men cheat every day, all day. Women know it and they accept them back and all that. So I'm just saying, like, if you was doing her wrong with something that, if you cheated with her best friend or her family member, that's all the way overboard. Now, you cheat with somebody else, women ain't going to go all crazy. That's just between you and her, and she ain't accepting it. But I'm just saying. Finesse said, I don't think TA lying. If so, he has a great imagination. That's a fact. He's spitting it too fluently. Joe finally blew up with this podcast, and now this happens. It always happens when people start blowing up with something. All these rappers, they all start, they think people don't know nothing, and people find out about them ratting now. Technology is crazy because now people didn't know nothing about the Information Freedom Act. You can go in there and get anybody paperwork you want, and it's going to tell it all. Finesse said, just like when Puffy earned all that big cash with the liquor settlement, and then all of a sudden he got hit with that Cassie lawsuit. Yeah, because he started trying to sue the company for saying why they ain't give him this and why they ain't give him that. His ego got beside him, and then they figured it out. Let's step the Cassie on the side and tell her we'll pay for the lawyer. They paid for them lawyers for her. And they the one that came up with we're not going to sue him. We're going to sue his companies. That was a power move, and the companies was telling him, yo, we can't go under because of you. See, when you create a big company and you got people on the board, it's bigger than you now. So he had to stand down, and they paid the money, and that's where he went wrong. I would have told my companies, I don't care, I'm not giving up nothing. He settled out too fast, which landed him where he at right now. Lion said, big man moves. That's a fact. Big man moves. You got to be a thinker out here. And Puff is a smart dude. He couldn't get what he got being smart, but he's another person that is accused of keeping people royalties and not doing right by people. And that's why a lot of people ain't there in his corner right now. You seen Mace talking about him, what he did to him. And everybody else that came out with it, they said nobody at Bad Boy is rich. That had all these classic hit records you hear, and none of them is rich except Mace because he dipped out early. He didn't fall for the okie doke, the Harlem way. Finesse said facts. That's why they had to X Dame out the game. You can't be a threat to these companies. Facts. They had to X him out, and he know he gotta keep his own stuff to the side, do his own movement, and it ain't easy when you don't really have that big machine behind you, even somebody as powerful as Dame. But technology now, Dame put his own movies on Tubi and all. He just got to do some more big movies, and that's it. And he got a nice chunk for Honor Up. I don't know what people thinking. And he's still getting money off of it. Still getting money off Pay to Full. That's still everywhere still. Finesse said, but Joe did a lot of dirt. Remember you had the Gongu, on there yesterday in the chat, And he took Joe to court and won on behalf of Pun Widow. All that evil dirt coming back to haunt these dudes. Facts. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody saying that the man is bad, and it's a lie. Here go Roach now. He said, I consult for numerous former Bad Boy artists. I have Bad Boy contracts right here on my desk. And see what I'm saying? Nobody is rich from Bad Boy. We got Roach was right here, right now. What's up, Roach? That's wild, man. Finesse said, and Joe was also saying he never stole money all those years, but the court disapproved that. Disapproved that. So his word is flimsy in the eye of the public because of that. That's a fact. How are people gonna believe you right now? And see, when TA started his ranting and raving on these podcasts, instead of him putting the cease and desist on him and put the lawsuit on him, he should have called him up and be like, bruh, all right, man, let's just leave this alone. Like I just told y'all, me and Unique just was going back and forth the other day, back and forth, and he's like, man, all right, and that's my big bro, like, and all right, bro, you got it. And it's his stuff, so I can't say nothing about that. Young Ty, salute. Roach say I helped get the locks, their publishing back. Look at that. And they had to leave Bad Boy so they can flourish. I forgot about the name them. Roach, he know what he talking about, boy. It can't get no realer than this in this chat right now, man. Make sure y'all share this, man. Share this. It's getting deep. But me and my bro was going back and forth. You're right. So Joe should have seen homie up there talking and instead of trying to make himself look good and back up, if he is lying, to do that, to put in the public just so he don't have to spend no money. You gotta spend money when you out here in these places, man. I would have called my boy up if it was somebody that was my boy at one point in time. I'd have called him up. Man, let's just leave this alone. All right, you right. Even if I didn't want to admit it, yo, here go $500,000, man. Or here go 200,000. Give him a nice lump so you ain't got to worry about it. Roach said the stories I could tell, shaking his head. Once you just told me you had the locks. No, you had contracts from Bad Boy artists on your plate right now. And then you said you got the locks back they publishing. And then I added it up. You just beat Fat Joe for Pun's wife in a lawsuit. I already know your stories is humongously big. We're going to have to do something up here, man. We got to do a nice interview, man. I'm going to have to go to the set in the studio and pull this one up with you. Because this is really a lesson to a lot of people when I'm talking. It's to people that don't understand about loyalty and you don't do nobody wrong. You don't get beside yourself because you are the breadwinner and your face is the face that's popping out there. And you just want everybody to stand behind you and everybody can't see them, but they are the motor that's helping you. And you don't want to like put them right here beside you, right beside you a little bit so they can get some shine too and possibly flourish. I do things so my team can flourish so they can go and get big and pull me into something big. Unique go on any interviews and he always call me. I'm on Vlad with him. I'm on Cam Capone with him. He set me up to do a joint with Ian Beck. Set me up with a new one. I put him on Queen's Flip. And he never looked back. That's why he loved me, because when he came home, I made sure my brother is going to be back where he on his throne like he was before he left. Finesse said he was the one who exposed Black Rob having that 10 album. Hold on, sis, real quick. That 10 album Slave deal with Puff. Then months later, he exposed Puffy the same contract of Cassie's called. Oh, wow. My boy popping. Guru said it. I made Puff pay back Dame Grease and the locks. I was on the phone with Dame Grease last month. We was on the phone about an hour, man. That's crazy. Good dude. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Sis, what's good? Oh, I'm at my house. Come to the house. I ain't getting no text and call. That's wild. But yeah, me neither. What you on? You on Messenger calling me? And my phone. What number you call me from? 54, 55. That's crazy. Well, I'm gonna call your phone back, and as soon as I finish this podcast, I'm almost finished. Oh yeah, I gotta see my niece and nephews, man. That's a fact. I'm calling you right back. All right. Apologize, y'all. My sister down here, up here from Atlanta. But yeah, y'all. Jada and Joe episode is taking a big hit. Yeah, it's taking a big hit. A very big hit, because one of the guests gonna have to go after people who got comfortable with him. And that's what's crazy about it, y'all. Now they Tyler Perry name out here back to back. Yeah, that's crazy. Now Tyler Perry. And y'all gotta go. Monique was saying stuff about Tyler Perry. Saying him and Oprah did her dirty, wanted her to promote stuff and didn't want to pay her. And this, see, it all boils down to y'all want to keep all the money and don't want to give nobody nothing. One thing I always did was make sure my team gets some money, man. That's a fact. One thing I did was always make sure my team gets some money. I'm not always the one shining over everybody. I'll be in the back while my team in the front balling. And the bottles is coming. And they all surrounding me. I'm chilling in the back in the cut. Yo, you still doing that? You got 5 minutes? No, I'm on the podcast talking about loyalty with the Fat Joe and the TA situation, right? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So when I first met you, right? When was there ever a time that I made sure I'm eating good and you ain't eating good?
Say that again.
All right, what year we met? 90 what?
98.
98. And you is my brother to this day.
Facts.
Your mama's my mama now. My mama's your mama now. Now,
Facts.
when I first met you, when we started popping and tearing the streets down, when was I ever shining and you wasn't shining? When you ever I had a car and you ain't never had a car?
No, it ain't never been no time.
Ever. When did I ever act like, and whenever one of our peoples was getting locked up, what happened when they get locked up?
Say it again, big bro.
If any of our peoples, when Cobb and all them get locked up, Hampton them get locked up, what happens?
Oh, everybody get out of jail.
That's a fact. And how long they gotta wait in there?
Shit, to the next day if it's depending on what time you go in.
Facts. So I'm just saying that to say, because the TA dude, was with Joe for 16 years, and they saying basically he ain't got a car or nothing. With a big dog with millions of dollars like that. And we, at that point in time, how we had the streets?
Shit, on smash.
Facts. And everybody shining. Ain't no I'm shining and no.
And there was like 20 of us.
That's a fact. Everybody at the crib, everybody damn near had their own room. Like, I just wanted to make a quick example. I'll hit you back.
Okay, my brother.
All right, one. And I'm just saying this to say, up here doing no podcast, just speaking and talking and all that. I got another one. I'm waiting for him to call me. He say he driving in the mountains. The show, and he goes all the way back from my childhood. I took him off the streets. He used to get drunk, high every day, and I told him, nah, bro, come roll with me. We ain't doing that like that. I wasn't even drinking back then at this point in time. but I made sure he eat. Now, this is one reason why he loved me, because even though he was getting high and drunk, I didn't frown upon him or shun him or act no different way with him. I always just talked to him and explained to him what's better and greater for the future. We was thinking like that at an early age. I probably was we was like 19. But I ride, he riding. I eat, he eat. I ain't even have to go to the spot. He was the one regulating the spot. He always had all the money. And he was a live wire. And if it was times police used to run up in there, take all the money, and the money was getting low, and we had a few little ins and outs here and there, and he'll see me stressing about how we gonna get some work. I gotta call A or I gotta call Unique, and if I couldn't get nothing from somebody, he was a stick-up kid before anything. He would go and rob and bring me all the money. Here, we back right. And this is no lie, I can't make this up. That's how we moved as a unit, because he already know what I got, he got. Keys to my crib. We ain't suckering like that. You got a girl you want to go hang out with, go with keys to the crib. Ain't no acting funny. We together. Finesse analyzed said that must have been back when you was hustling in Kingston. That was before Kingston, when I had the spot there with me and him. And then I've got Kingston, and he was with me also up there. I took about 4, 5 guys up there with my bro. Went up there and locked it down. That's where I met Pistol Pete at, before Sex, Money, Murder was even a thing. But that's my point. We all stuck together, even with Pistol Pete, man. When I met Pistol Pete up there, man, we all can relate to each other, and we got tight and cool. Even after Kingston, man, I wasn't up there. Pete wasn't up there no more. He used to always come from the Bronx to my block. That blue GTI he had, plushed out. Yep, and BMO, that's a fact. That's a fact. And Pete and them had their team up there, being him and BMO and all of them, man. BMO was the laid back in the cut one. I used to always know that guy right there, that dude dangerous, man. Big shout out to BMO too. I see your podcast, bro. I subscribe to it, man. But yeah, they used to come see me on the block. They like, any problems down here, y'all, we'll come handle it. Nobody don't know our face. Any problems on the boogie down, him and Twin used to come see me. God bless it, Twin. I don't know what happened with that situation, but God bless. But they used to come see me, and we was all sticking together. And that's a fact. Always gonna have love for Pete. Always gonna have love for the brothers that I was running with back then. Never gonna see my person that's homie that's with me, 2, 3 of them that's with me, not getting no money. And I want everybody to shine. Yeah, go shine. I used to give niggas that thing to go over here and go over there, get you right, and bring it on back home. Finesse said, that's a fact. You always seen Pete and Twin together. That's a fact. It was a legendary era. Them two was the ones together all the time, man. I can't make this stuff up. I don't do no clout chasing. I ain't got to do none of that. I am who I am. Straight like that. But Finesse, you know what you're talking about. Finesse said, but that's a lesson for Joe. If that's your man, feed them. That's a fact. That's how I avoid situations like he in now. That's the best way to avoid situations. And not just that, you should want to do it anyway. I'm not doing it to avoid a situation, which that's actually what it is also. But my mind ain't there to avoid no situation. I'm doing it because I want to see you win. I want to see people win. I want to see y'all win that be up here supporting me, hollering at me, giving me conversation back. I want to see y'all win. If it was something I could do, I'm gonna bless you. I don't need nothing. And don't get it twisted. I do consulting work. That's one of my ways to get money. I've been working with a lot of artists and doing a lot of stuff for free and giving insight on stuff and all that. But I built that and did that, so now I could put a charge on something, and if it costs $2,500, I'm gonna probably charge you $1,500 anyway. So you can still save money. You gonna win, I'm gonna win. It's just that's how it goes, man. And that's just the Harlem way. That's how we was raised growing up. Everybody gonna eat, everybody getting money. Niggas used to have brand new sneakers on, and niggas say, yo, we gonna play some ball. Nigga be like, yo, I just bought these sneakers. Damn, man, I live all the way up the hill. They be like, man, you get money, you can buy another pair, man. Like, all right, let's go. Balling out, scuffled up. You might go home and clean them up, or you might just go buy another pair. But we back at on the block getting money together. Everybody drive. Oh, you went and bought that car? Oh, I'm going to get this one. Oh, you went and got a dirt bike? Oh, I'm going to get me one. Because everybody's getting money. Nobody was, no. I don't even understand how this is happening with Joe right now. Because Joe's from that era of everybody showing, looking out for each other. I'm not understanding this. And when I would see Joe, he used to be fly all the time in the skate keys and all that. So I could tell he's getting money. So if you ain't looking out for people, man, that allegedly, then that would say a lot about the character. That's rough, man. It's a sticky one, man. I hate it for Jada Kiss, man, because Jada deserve everything that he get that's prosperous. He been around a long time, still all the way relevant, and he still is and got this way because of his morals and his character. So I hate it for him because he deserve everything that comes his way. Him and all them. Styles P, I hung around Styles P all day when we was filming the Honor Up movie. We was in that jail all day in Nassau County in New York. All day filming and working. Felt like then that we was really locked up in jail. Styles P tell you that story, but he's another great dude, man. And I don't like to see something bad happen for great dudes and good people, even great women, good people in general. I don't like to see when something is with progress is headed towards success and good progress, and now it has to be turned around and spent around because of this. Hopefully they can save the show, and then they don't have to worry about this. They can just look back on it, and I don't say laugh at it because it's not a funny situation, but just look back at it and be like, damn, man, we ducked that storm. We still rocking and rolling. So I hope that's what happens with Jada. They just find another co-host if Joe and the sponsors don't want to move forward with Joe. Because the type of names that's sponsoring them is not going to want that on their resume for real. Roach said, Styles P is a great dude. That's a fact. He gave me an opportunity. He could have chosen to use the white man. Facts. That's what's up. That's what's up. Salute to Styles P. The dude is so humble. And a lot of dudes, he was probably the biggest star that was in that jail cell besides Dame and Cameron when we was in there shooting the jail scene. So yeah, he was one of the big stars in there. And he was chilling with all, with everybody, the regular dudes. And after he met him, after we take breaks and chilling and talking, regular conversation, laughing and joking, nothing but great things to say about him and Jada, man. I never really met Sheik Luch. Sheik Luch always in the cut somewhere, but I could tell he a good dude, and you could tell he a good dude because of both of them as good dudes, and they all still together. So it only makes sense to call him a good dude. You don't hear nothing bad about him in the tabloids, nothing. None of them talking bad about each other, nothing. Even when they had the beef with the little young guy that they had, the little rapper dude, they wasn't losing their friendship over no one artist. Facts. Tom Lyon said the Lock should do a podcast. It would be a must-see, and that's what I just said. Everybody was kept saying he should have did it with Styles P. Anyway, so all three of them get up there and do it. It'll be like kind of like The View. That'll be big. That'll be big. I would love to see that. But yeah, y'all, thought I'd touch bases with y'all, my knowledgeable people. I will be back. I want to touch on a few other things that's, that's put that knowledge out there. And I was speaking all these things so the people that don't know me, that do come and chime in, will get a lesson and from what we are all speaking about. Cuban Ron said, Campbell is a clown. Kwame Brown ended his show a long time ago, and he was scared of the fade. Yeah, I get it. We ain't talking about that right now, Cuban, on that part. But, I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion. But Hasson just did a good take on something. I want to keep this with good energy and give Hasson his props. I got to call it how I seen it. And it was kind of touching, man. I was putting myself in TA shoes. If I'm running with somebody every day and they get thousands of dollars and they might give me $100 out of 10, 20,000, and that's just enough for me to get something to eat. Might go need to buy a pair of pants or shoes, and now I ain't got no more money. You don't do a person like that. If I get 10,000, I'm gonna give my boy at least 2,000 or 1,000, or if his hand called for 500, then you gotta respect it. It is what it is, but we gonna go get us some more money. Period. Salute, Tom. So yeah, y'all, your boy Big Bootsie. If y'all new, subscribe. Hit that share button for me, y'all. Hit that like button. I need it bad. I'll see y'all in a minute. I appreciate y'all from day one. The day one y'all came in, y'all never stopped. And we got to keep these conversations happening because we got to teach the people that do see these episodes. And y'all keep me abreast with stuff so we can make these episodes prosperous. So I want to thank y'all and give y'all props as well, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. Your boy Big Bootsie, man. I'll see y'all.